Warning. The Drama King is in the building. The Drama King is in the building.
888 Shade45, Streetsweeper Radio, DJ Kayslay, Drama King in the building. Kimmy J is in the building with me tonight. Okay. And I have two special guests in the building. One is no stranger to the room, Joell Ortiz. He's been here 100 million, trillion, billion times
been here
already.
a few times.
But we got the legendary first time in the building, mega producer, world renowned, Salaam Remi in the building.
Yeah.
Space, bro.
Yeah.
Now, you're legendary and known for one of my favorite records of all time. I must have brought that shit back 100 times on the other station I work at. That Made You Look shit.
Yeah.
Every time I think about that record, that beat, because I'm an old school dude and everybody knows Apache is officially the hip hop national anthem.
Right.
As far as beat wise, you understand what I'm saying? You know, Sugar Hill Gang was the rap joint, rap of the life, but the instrument, the beat, Apache is the national anthem. So when you flip that shit the way you flipped it, it's just nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Clearly
saying?
you
Had
lit as
to.
fuck because he don't do introductions like that. I'm new to this, so when he say old school, I'm not gonna say I'm new school, but I'm learning.
No.
So forgive me if I'm unfamiliar, and he don't allow me to do research. So I just gotta
Okay.
come in like just
No, you're gonna research today, motherfucker.
like a baby fresh out the ass.
You gonna research today.
You said that same shit before. Get it, put your phone
right
down.
now, you gonna research with Salaam.
Oh no, I'm listening.
Face, I'm glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the show. Definitely always stay watching online and
Yeah.
watching, listening on, when I get in the whip, serious. Shady45 is always locked in.
You did
So it's always that.
did Thieves theme too, right?
Thieves theme. I mean, think about it. When we did Made You Look, when we was working on the album, you was in the studio a bit.
Yeah.
Like, you was in the room when I did a couple records. You was in the
Exactly.
room when I did Zone Out, one of my most hated love beats. Some people
You was
love it, some
busting your
people
two
hate it.
step.
You was in the room. You looked at me like, yo, what are you doing? That was definitely there. I
Yo.
mean, we had some memories around that
Yeah,
time. 02.
exactly.
We was definitely in the lab
Real
a
talk,
lot.
man. You know what I'm saying? So name a couple of the other joints just for the people out there.
I mean,
Just a
we go
couple.
back.
Just a
Super
couple.
Cat, Ghetto Red Hot with Condas. I did Fuji's, Nappy Heads,
Oh, okay,
Vocab, Fuji La,
Fuji La.
Miguel, All I Want Is You, How Many Drinks.
That's baby making music.
All that stuff. The Jasmine Sullivans, Lions, Tigers, and Bears. All those type of
Really?
things.
Oh, she was crazy.
Go back to hip hop. Where we at? Bush Babies, Channel Live. You know. Oh, a lot of Jiggy. Uptown. East Side.
Hold on. Which Channel Live joint you did?
I didn't do Madism. I was in the session. I didn't do that.
Yo, I was
there,
gonna say,
though.
don't do that to me. I was gonna
nah.
say, don't do that to me.
I didn't do
Word
that one.
up.
I was
Okay.
there though. I watched them. Like,
Okay.
They made that in D&D in probably hour and 45 minutes.
Slay, you
know what
like
I'm
a
saying?
kid in a candy store right now.
Because
You're so excited.
I get excited when really
when
talented
real
people
shit put up.
comes
So
in
that's
my
why
room.
I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm
what I'm saying?
absorbing all of this.
Yeah, this real talent is here. You understand? And I just
doubt.
wanted people listening to have an idea, because I mean, we're in a different time right now. Everybody wants to do hip hop, but nobody wants to research and know who's who in the culture anymore.
Absolutely.
So when somebody comes up here, I just want them to break down a little bit.
Well, when
of
you
their-
get
their
hyper, I'm
accolades.
focused.
You know what saying?
I'm not even looking at him. I'm just watching his mouth move and
And-
watch the words.
But hold on, as long as I knew him and knew of him, this is the first time he stepped
First
in my
time still
room.
out. You know,
So
I don't
it's-
really come out much.
Exactly.
I ran into you on 2/5 going to my barber shop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
One time, like a month ago, you was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you out here?" And it's crazy though. The shop I was going to, Levels, is owned by my man Kayzo, was in my group Jiggy,
know
who's
Levels.
from over around your way. And we had
Toss it
Uptown,
up.
Toss it up,
Toss it
Uptown
up,
Bounce.
11.99, right down the block from
Exactly.
East
So,
River.
that's who actually owned the shop there. That was doing the barber joint.
I didn't even know that.
That's who we was talking to. But like I said, we all low, getting it, making it do what it do. He owned the 19 level shops around the city and upstate and all that. But yeah, just been outside a long time doing it, and I'm happy to still be able to do records that make a difference to Miguel's and the Come Through and Chills, and got joints with Ferg and this one and that one coming out soon. But right now I'm just on my stay in the lab, create what I like, stay to the culture, always pushing the culture forward, and that's why we're here today.
So
I
now,
haven't been here that many times, but I like the fact that when I've run into I don't like saying old school. I like to say more so wise men in the game. It's a whole different vibe as opposed to when you in here with younger dudes. Like the vibes is just there. It's so calm, cool, and collected, and it's like everything is like really just music, and I really want to listen and learn and understand what it is that y'all are actually talking about, even though I'm a little bit slow. But I catch on kind of quick. And you said one song that's probably not really baby making music, but for those of us my age, we fucked almost anything, and that was a good song.
Which one?
Jasmine Sullivan, The Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Who can't relate to a crazy bitch? Like,
it's emotional. You know
that's why I said crazy
Jazz
bitch,
ain't a
because
crazy
our
bitch.
emotions change.
She just knows how to tell your story so that you believe it.
Yeah, but her album,
But I
when you
like that
when you
song,
think
too.
about
That song was fire.
Everybody like that song.
was fire, but I can't remember exactly.
But I did Bust Your Windows too. That was the violence.
I was about to say
so
that.
she did both
now,
sides
when
of
you
it.
look at her album and the songs, it's like, all right, I love this nigga. No, fuck this nigga. All right, I love him again. I'll have his baby. Nah, fuck this. I'm about to kill this nigga. Like, she was very.
And then we named the album Fearless. So go
See?
figure it out.
So look.
You know what I'm saying? It all
Okay.
balances out.
So we're gonna make a hard left
Hard left.
to the homie Joell Ortiz,
Shit.
and y'all two have collaborated on a
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that project?
Box Talk.
Box Talk.
I mean, if you listen to it, like we said, it just sounds like it coming out of the radio. How it used to feel when you was in the park and you heard your jams out the radio.
Yeah.
Just that feeling. We just try to, I ain't gonna say restore it, just relive it one time. You know what I mean? Like he put some music on in the spot. Yo, son, it would sound crazy if you went over this shit. Like, yeah, and we just did that a couple times before we looked up. We had an EP of songs full of, the energy that we like to make.
Exactly.
And
And I'm always 100,000 times 80s hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's where I came
Exactly.
up. That's who I learned from, the Marley Marls and running with the Chuck Chillouts and running with Flex early out and everything else. So anything I do is that Ashy Knuckles hip hop, what I'm doing hip hop. And that's my mentality. So with this, I was happy. I was able to use joints that I did. Some of the joints I took off cassette that I did in the 90s. And I always like to make music that sound like the stuff I taped off the radio.
So in layman terms, is this like summertime vibes?
Summertime, loud.
When you
turn
in the
your
park,
box up.
right,
You can feel it
That-
from across the park.
Okay,
and
see.
and you know what's playing, and you like, damn, they outside. I gotta get out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So look, without further ado, what's the first joint we gonna get into?
Yeah, give us something good.
We can go right into we start with Joel's from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big believer of talk about where you from. Brooklyn what? You know what I'm saying? Rocking that Freddie Bean and Mighty Mike Masters. Best style what? You know what I'm saying? Into the Brooklyn terms. I think we start there. You understand what type of energy we on.
Let's drop that. Shade45.
Yo, son, come here for a second.
Warning, 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 warning. The Drama King is in the building. The Drama King is in the building.
It ain't Shade45, Streetsweeper Radio, DJ Kayslay, Drama King in the building, Kimmy J is in the building,
Yeah,
Joell
boy.
Ortiz, Salaam Remi. Man,
Yep.
so that's a straight New York
Yeah.
original feel. You know what I'm saying?
Because niggas' pieces
That's
ain't
right.
hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
That-
Oh, you're listening. I like that.
That's-
You're
thank you.
listening.
Thank
You're,
All the money over here.
you're absorbing and manifesting. See, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. When you make their brains start to, work like a sponge and start to absorb the culture. You
I hear
understand what
you.
I'm saying?
Yes.
But that's definitely a deaf joint right there. I use
Appreciate
the
it.
word deaf. You know what I'm saying? I had to go old school with it. That's a deaf joint right there.
Funky
I
Dope
like
Def.
man.
And how many tracks is on this project?
5 joints.
Simple to the
coming out
point.
this Friday.
Okay.
You know, it's like a handshake. I mean, basically, a few years ago, I did a project with Joel, Bodega Bams, and Nitty Scott. We called it No Ponte.
Y'all came up here and did
Yes.
an interview on that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So all 3 of them. So then now, that was kind of a group that we got an album put together between a Tuesday and a Friday. Right now I live out in Miami, and the way I like to live is I just invite people through the crib and we just vibe. Whatever we come up with, let's put it out.
Let's go with it.
Cool. So we had this last summer, but it was like the end of August. We were trying to clear some samples when I shake that J-Lo joint, and it was taking too long. I was like, we can't go out with summer music in October, so we just held steady. And after Memorial Day, letting it go this week. You know what I'm saying? It's time
In layman
to
terms, what does that mean, though? You said we knocked it out in 4 days, not a full 7 days. So does that mean they're good lyricists? Does
They
that
was
mean
great.
they on point when it comes to your vision? They know how to produce it, or they had their own views and y'all click?
Just like with everything else, like you can put everybody in the room, but that chemistry got to click.
Absolutely.
And when the chemistry clicks, you get something beyond what you ever could have asked
Right.
for. So that's what happened. We got in the room and nobody knew what was really going to happen because it wasn't like they were a group and worked together.
Okay.
But the energy in the room and the music
It
and
was
what
on
they
point.
did, they all pushed each other. So we had a good feeling body work in
Came
a couple
out with
days.
some dope shit.
And the same thing with this project,
Absolutely.
you know, it was like I was pulling up joints that I did on cassette way back in the days or whatever I felt I wanted to hear in the boombox, and I threw it at Joell.
Nah,
and
it's
then
time to bring a lot
he
of
hit it
that back though, because the mumble shit is a dub. Meaning it's over.
I mean, you know, everybody got their style of what
Everybody
they
got
do.
their shit, like
I'm
I said.
not. I'm not mad at anybody if they a great writer. You know what I'm saying? You talking to your crew, doing what it is.
Boom.
Everybody do what you do, but my hustle is my hustle, so I'm gonna stick to
Absolutely.
it. I'm not
Same
gonna play
here.
somebody else's game.
Yeah,
for that.
if a young nigga is getting out the hood and feeding his family, taking
All day.
care of his mama,
All day.
Well, yeah,
I
I'm
love
not
it.
knocking that
No.
part.
I was saying I love it. I just want all of them to understand that if you get a big hit, right, and at the end of the year, Jay put an album out, Nas put an album out, Jada Kiss put an album out, and they throw y'all all three in the same hip hop category and you win, it's not because you was better than them, it's because it's the popularity shit going on.
Right.
That's the only thing I want them to understand.
Right.
You're not better than the greats.
Right.
You're just more popular with what's
Right.
going on right now.
And
That's
I agree,
all
and I
I
can't
want.
quote unquote
That's
what he
all
just
I want to
said.
get across.
But he was
That's
saying
it.
what you put out as far as lyrics. If you can't understand what the fuck they're saying, then it's not lyrics. You're just going according to the whatever is in style at the moment. You're not. I feel like, me personally, and I'm going to quote myself, you're not being a lyricist. And I can't exactly remember what he just said before you had said what you said, but that's what he was saying. When you have your own voice, when you come out and you say something and people know you for your shit, when you're mumbling, how the fuck am I supposed to know what it is that you're talking about? How can I relate? You're fucking mumbling through the whole
You know
shit.
what it is?
So
it's almost like
No, it's not the same shit.
It's almost like baby talk. You know how they talk with each other.
exactly.
We don't know.
I could Google
They
gag
got
that
their-
to a
talking to me.
whole
They talking
fucking
to their
song,
squad.
Exactly.
too.
They talking to their they got their
Well,
own.
that's some real repetitive, illiterate nigga shit, and I'm good on that. And I quote myself on that.
So you
And I love
converted
it.
like you want to hear that original.
Yeah, she want to hear that.
Yeah,
down level
well,
yeah, I don't
well,
like
hold on,
that.
Salaam. First of all, you change the whole aspect on it when we just say, let them know who you're related to. R.I.P.
Oh,
Rest in
my
peace.
Uncle Lamont. Big L is my uncle.
All right, no doubt.
So
Was my uncle.
she comes from like
Right.
she knows.
No
you
doubt.
understand what I'm saying?
She heard it.
She heard it. She a little something. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying?
A lot of
Fucking with
something.
me was fighting a gorilla in the phone booth.
Yeah.
That's Big L coming on stage at the bank in 92 or 91 downtown on
I was
Lord
little
Finesse's
then.
show.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I
But-
seen it. I seen him come up. I seen everything he did.
Yeah.
My man T-Red did that Yes You May remix for him with the Little Richard drum.
The Devil's Son.
All that.
The,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
vibes is just different though. That's why I said I like it when I come into real music and I get to sit and actually listen. You just said you pulling shit off the cassette tape. Like, how many guys could say that they have dope songs that's like really just sitting in the vault where they could go in there like, yeah, let me pull this out after however so many years. I know this shit gonna pop right now. They
There's
ready for
energy.
it. They need it.
I'm a young old
It's-
school dude.
yeah, but
you know
see,
what I'm saying?
everybody
I'm probably the
can't
youngest
do
out of
that.
all old school heads. so
How many young
I've
niggas
been around.
you hear them? They like, oh yeah, I did this song. I ain't gonna really release it, or a fan fake released it. You can say for a fact it's time for me to pull this out, and you know it's gonna hit.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
energy is energy, man.
Exactly.
Energy is if
And
it
to stay
felt good,
relevant
then it
after
feel
so-
good. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. I say relevant because I stay out the way. I show up when needed, and you know it's time. Like I said, I'm outside this summer. As soon as it get nice out, I know what a New York
That needs to
summer
be
feel
written
like.
on a shirt. I stay out the way and I
88.
pull up when necessary.
Shade45, Streetsweeper Radio. What's the next joint we jumping into?
What you want here, Joel?
Let's play it. Keeping on.
Drop that.
Keeping on.
Drop that.
Straight off the set.
Warning. The Drama King is in the building. The Drama King is in the building.
88 Shade45, Streetsweeper Radio, DJ Kayslay, Drama King in the building, Kimmy J in the building, Joell
Yeah,
Ortiz,
boy.
Salaam Remi.
Yo.
Okay, that joint in here had motherfuckers moving.
That's a fact.
Fun
had
shit.
me catching flashbacks in this motherfucker.
Yeah, you was busting your two-step.
Fun
I was
shit.
worried about a coronary over there.
Nah, B, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one leg up king. Think about what that
I
means.
heard you.
Think
I'm not
think
slow
about
when
what
it comes
that
to
shit
shit
means.
like
now.
that. Don't
Just
play
think
with
about
me.
what that shit means. Nah. You just tried to play me. You just tried to play me. I had to come back. You know what I'm saying? Hit it with the motherfucking shade room clap back. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but that was a dope joint right there.
Both of them. Keeping On was definitely dope. And you know what I hate though? When you said the went to bed hungry, you know how sometimes when you could look at a certain artist like, nigga, you ain't have no struggle. You ain't go through shit. Your mom's made sure you was good. And then you have those people where it's like, nah, your mom's did, she did put in the best work that she could and you made the best out of the situation. So certain people you can actually relate to where they coming from, and then certain people you like, nigga, you just saying that because that just sounds good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Trendy.
And then your wordplay was stupid. I can't remember exact. One of it was like something about my sunroof with the sunroof or some shit.
I used to yearn for a whip with a sunroof. I just bought my kids a crib, put skylights in my sunroof.
That was hard. I like that.
Thank you.
Ow, I be listening, Slay. I take my 2 points. Thank you. Because that was hard wordplay.
Whatever.
Oh, you ain't gonna give it up?
You ain't gonna give it up?
What I want to know is
you just want to see me shake my jello.
No. I don't gotta watch you. You do that anyway. You can't help yourself.
On command.
Your ass
You ain't even gotta tell me to
your ass
do
starts
it.
shaking on its own. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know is the Michael Jackson sample.
That was hard.
Like shake it, baby.
I ain't gonna front. I was afraid of that record, like, cause I'm hearing. I'm like, I'm gonna have to see, like, yo, just have some fun. Let's bug out with it. So I did. I did what I did. I wrote it. I recorded. I'm listening back. I'm like, damn, man, niggas gonna hear this shit and be like, Joel did it. Like, where's the bars? Like, where's
Spanish Harlem? Fuck that up.
He was just like,
yo,
he's like, yo, you see how we in here bugging out, laughing, listening back? The world will do it. Let's have fun.
Have fun with it.
But now all the mommies of all ages are being there like, hey, papi.
Yeah.
No, they're fucking up on that.
That's hard.
I like
Slay
that.
started fucking it up.
You ain't seen it?
Nigga, I'm from Spanish Harlem.
I was a little worried.
I'm from El
wait.
Barrio. I'm from Spanish Harlem. So
He was
you know what
fucking
I'm
that
saying?
two-step up.
I hear you.
I'm balanced.
To me,
That
it's
shit
also
got that
it's
feel.
culture.
It was
That's what I rock with.
invisible act.
And there's certain things that you won't know, like
Yeah.
even living in Miami. Like Miami's calling me now, like, yo, we with that Shake That Jello. People calling from PR with it. But the fact is, living in New York gave me a well-balanced West Indian culture. Latin culture is all part of hip-hop culture. It's part of New York culture.
Right.
And it's also New Yorkers got that fearlessness that they can go and do whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why the record to me embodies all of that while we having fun. Ain't like I ain't watching you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that beat nuts underneath in there. That's that
Yeah,
biz
yeah,
underneath
yeah.
there.
Now, was this
That's
something new
that
y'all
Chubb
did, or
Rock.
was this one of
It's off the new project.
Yeah,
Oh,
project.
okay. Because
So-
first of all, we was talking
Hold on,
about pulling shit
hold
out the
on. Let me
vault.
finish
I'm
talking.
making sure.
You're so hyped.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
finish
I'm
talking.
It's
excited.
energy I had for a long time, but we actually did it last summer. And then
Okay.
I was waiting for that mic to clear, and they was kind of giving me the long talk, so I was leaning on them for like 8 months. And then once I got it cleared, and I was like, all right, cool. So we shot the video like 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? You could have been in it if I knew.
I should have been in it.
So
'cause
y'all know
I'd
that-
definitely
so you
showed
know
my
that-
There'll be a
shit.
remix.
That was pre-solo mic. That was Michael. That was a Jackson 5.
Yeah.
ABC.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just so y'all know.
Yeah.
I know my music and my record.
Okay, what does that mean? Like, that's where y'all took it from?
Yeah, it came from
That's
the
when there was
song
a group.
ABC.
Oh, okay,
And at the
right,
end of it, he's gonna
right.
Shake it,
Okay,
baby.
right,
Come
right,
on now,
right.
shake it.
She
You know what I'm saying?
wasn't born then. But
First of
it's
all,
so-
don't talk about me like I'm not sitting right here. I'm here now.
Ray Wright know that song ABCs.
But it's
Joel
okay.
shakes to the
You
other
know what I'm
one,
saying?
ABC.
But it's dope though. It's
Thank
super
you,
dope.
man.
So what's the next joint we gonna jump into?
Let's go to the title track, Box Talk. You know what I'm saying? That's right in the end. Letting Joel do Joel, and ultimately, like I said, this is all boombox music. This is for I want somebody to buy a box and put it out. I'm putting it out on cassette too, just for that. Everybody can just get a box,
That's
put it in
fire.
their box, and
Dope.
feel what we feel.
Yeah, because I'm a perv. You can interpret that any kind of way.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
the
your
last
box.
line.
Box talk.
Warning. The Drama King is in the building. The Drama King is in the building.
888 Shade45, Streetsweeper Radio, DJ Kayslay, Drama King in the building, Kimmy J in the building. Why you laughing, B?
Because I caught every perv line. He favors squirters, and then he said, "I will RuPaul you, drag you through your streets."
Yo, she official.
But shit, that's
Thank you.
It's here for a reason, my dude. Everybody got their own thing, but she's on
That's
that
official.
lyric she picks up on shit.
That's
You
dope.
understand?
No,
Thank you.
that was fire.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say that to a bitch when she get on my nerve.
Yo, Joell Ortiz, Salaam Remi, I want to thank y'all for coming through, sitting
Always a
down with us,
pleasure.
networking,
Thanks for having me,
politicking.
Yeah.
Everybody make sure y'all pick up that new project, man.
Box talk,
Box
June
talk.
7th.
Box Talk,
This Friday.
Friday.
Make it
That's a fact.
All streaming platforms, I could say.
It'll be everywhere streaming, and the Shake That J-Lo video is actually out now, so you can go online and check that
and
out.
Where's the main spot, or where can they see the video?
The video is on YouTube, Vivo, on our Vivo page, everywhere.
Make your own fucking video and repost that, especially when the wet. He like squirters. Repost that. That's what we doing.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something right quick. We got the next guest about to come up, and let me tell y'all something. All you niggas out there that want to get squirted on, you are really getting peed on.
No,
you're getting fucking pissed on.
Oh, well, niggas like it.
You're not getting squirted on.
Like
you're getting urinated on. But I'm telling you.
See, I said I got a love-hate relationship with squirters.
That's that
I love to
way.
see it happen. Hate, I got to change the curtain.
See what happened? Even though some of his
exactly.
wait, it's one more part you said. What happened? Some of his comforters is
Oh
worth
yeah, I said
it.
I got a love-hate relationship with squirters. I love to see it happen. Hate, I got to change the curtains and the comforter, but some of them is worth it. Wet box
Bam!
on.
And I caught that. What happened?
My man.
Yeah.
888 Shade45 Streetsweeper Radio. Again, thanks for coming through. So
Thank you for having us.
Let's go out to the last joint. Introduce the last joint.
The last
Can't
joint.
Stop, Won't Stop. The EP's the last song on the box talk. And, sometimes when you had that box, you had the 20 Ds, then the batteries go dead. So this last verse, the batteries were dead, and we out of here.
Shade45. Thanks for coming through.